Today I'm watching Peaky Blinders Season 1, Episode 4. Episode 3, we saw Thomas and the Shelby gang go to the horse races where they ran into Billy and struck up some new kind of deal where the Shelby gang is going to offer security for Billy and his crew at the races. We also saw Freddie and Ada got married, and Freddie is not really keen on leaving town, so I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out. Danny was back and talked to Thomas about his dreams a little bit, but again, we still don't really know too much about what he was sent to London for. We know that the IRA think that the Peaky Blinders gang has the one who killed the person that Grace killed. So again, yeah, lots of little pieces coming together. So I'm curious to see what this episode will be about. Thomas also bought the Garrison bar for Arthur. So again, I'm really enjoying it. It's moving along at a good pace. Thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you're ever curious about what gear I use or what's on the bookshelf, I've included a link in the description. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and check back often for more awesome content. Okay, are they leaving town?
How was London? It's crackling with revolution.
Oh, okay, they just went to London. Okay, so Freddie went to London and got something very expensive. He rejected those £200 from the aunt, so I'm not sure where he got that money, but they didn't really say what it was. Why is he hiding in the cupboard? What is that, like, triangle thing she has on her vest? It looked almost like the outline of like a rough outline of like the Eiffel Tower or something. Oh God. The little boy was hiding so we could let these guys in. Oh no, 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 no. They think they're gonna walk in and find the Shelby gang and they're gonna find this guy. Oh, that was the guy with the ear? Okay, so the Lee family. Because they bashed that guy's head into the bathroom in the previous episode.
What the kids need is a mother. So that's why I'm getting married.
Oh, okay.
Understand, do not use that word. What word is that, John?
Is she a prostitute?
Brave is going where no man's gone before. And with Lizzie's starch on, that is really not...
Oh, this is not going well at all. His family's just making fun of him.
Even the bastards.
They've taken anything they can lay their hands on.
Yeah, the Lee family just robbed them. Oh, man.
Somewhere in here there's a hand grenade.
Holy Jesus.
Oh, my gosh.
Attached to a wire. Don't move any chairs.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't open any doors.
Yeah, they mean war now. They're not messing around. Oh, no, not this little boy. No, 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 no. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was so close. Italian? Yeah, I have no idea what they're trying to say.
Well, you get Bolsheviks.
Yeah, so he traded this higher ranking communist for Freddie.
And it were your fault. I would do things that would shame the devil.
Oh my.
My fury is a thing to behold. Did you and your scum brothers have your heads stoved in with mallets and spades?
He's scary.
Your sister too. And dumped in that part of the adult prison where men have the most appetite for boys like him.
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be a dark day indeed, Mr. Shelby.
Wow, wow.
If my dismissal comes before your decision. You understand?
Please don't explain more.
The clock is ticking.
Yikes. Well, Campbell's showing his true colors. He's like, oh Yeah, and even like the way they framed that scene with the door and the rain, and Campbell was sitting down, showing he's like lower level than when Thomas is standing, like visually. And yeah, Campbell is he's showing more and more that he is ruthless. I think it's kind of interesting parallels just with Thomas, like if you compare the two characters, but he's like, yeah, I will bash in your entire family and kill them and then take your little brother to a very bad place where people will do horrible, horrible things to him. Oh my God. Yeah, and then he gave up this Stanley guy who I feel like is who Freddie met at the docks when he came back from London and gave him that money. So Thomas is still hoping he can get Freddie out of the city, but I don't know.
I thought you'd done a deal.
Yes.
What's that what you thought? Well, you gave your word.
Yes. Which clearly means nothing.
Mr. Chapman, I do not make the mistake of being too gentle.
Hopefully he doesn't find Freddie, because it's not going to be, given though he was describing what he had planned, it's not going to be a good time. Freddie's mom?
You play your tune, you expect the whole world to dance.
You don't have time for this, Freddie.
Yeah, like, come on, how many more chances are you hoping for, man?
Eve.
Oh, Freddie, come on.
Birmingham. It'd have to be in a wooden box.
Well, you careful what you wish for, bud. Oh my God.
You lay a hand on our aid and I'll put you in a wooden box myself.
Yeah.
Run there, darling.
But that doesn't mean someone isn't gonna just go to the police and offer up your address. Like, I'm sure people have seen where you live, whether they're a communist or not. Like, oh my gosh, this guy thinks he's invincible. He's just acting like, yeah, like he gets untouchable basically, and I think he's gonna be in for a rude awakening.
I'll find some stairs, throw him down, and call the coroner.
Campbell is more twisted than I thought.
The bookies are purring. So he throws a dog a bone. I think so.
I honestly thought Campbell was like a by-the-book, you know, police officer, but clearly he's got his own set of rules.
Come on, have a look around.
It's a fancy car.
The Shelby family has its first legal racetrack pitch.
Yeah, like Tommy's always said, he's like, I'm a businessman, like I'm trying to make us legit, so whether that piece of paper is forged or not, but he's trying to become more legal in whatever ways he can.
Your brother doesn't obey the law, but he has rules. Precise man, your brother.
He's more headed up, George.
It is now.
Yeah, and Arthur's sharing secrets about what Tommy does and where he hides things and how he, you know, conducts his business. So she's just going to pass that information on to the police, of course, and they'll search all these places and, oh, look at that, found all this contraband. Yeah, where I think Thomas is a little bit more, he plays his card close to the chest.
4 cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, there's no guns.
They were chaotic.
But you're a liar.
Oh? Does he know?
No Catholic girl would enter a church and forget to make the sign of the cross.
Yeah, whoops.
Like someone who's thinking about it.
This is not an interview, this is an interrogation.
Sit down.
Yeah, he wants her to become like Kimber has an accountant, so he wants his own version of that, basically, so she could keep the books.
Very important detail about my reasons for employing you.
Smooch? Oh my, this is part of their employment contract. 1 smooch a day at least.
Do you resign?
No. My appetite for the work has only increased.
Oh my.
John is his own man. And you're your own woman.
But he's gonna try and pay her off?
Oh, Lizzie.
Oh.
So I came back from... Then why didn't you tell him, Lizzie? Why didn't you tell him that you've been serving his brother for the past 2 years?
Whoa!
And I want you to see that as my wedding gift to you.
But also, don't say anything.
The pleasure's gone by.
As he's hoping for like one last... Or is it more like a... Don't say anything. This is hush money.
Take bloody pounds.
Oh, Come on, you know this has to be a setup.
Should we go to my lodging?
He was hoping you'd say no. Obviously, you're engaged to his brother. Oh, that's not how this was supposed to go.
John will make his own decision.
Your brother is 10 times the man you are.
Yeah, because if she didn't tell him, and now his brother's gonna say it, and she's gonna seem like she was hiding something, obviously, because she was. The fact that he did this
I have no doubt.
recently, the past isn't the past. Oh man, that's not gonna go well.
Just hope you remember who you're dealing with here. A man who cuts off ears and cuts out tongues.
And you threatened to send a child to jail, so are you much better, sir?
The difficulty with undercover work, Grace, is to remember what you are.
Yeah, he's like, I want you to get close to him, but not too close. I feel bad. He was like genuinely trying to like find someone to build a life with. Yeah, what's he gonna do with that information now? He's just gonna ignore it, or... And it's shady of Thomas, obviously, to also even like set up this trap. Like, I know what he was trying to do, but still.
If you check that contract, I think you'll find it doesn't say anything about asking questions. Just give her the invitation.
Yeah, he's like, if you're gonna work for me, this is
Everything in a cupboard till I say.
it's not a I value your opinion situation. It's not a democracy. It's do what you're told and the results are the results, basically.
To keep the wolf from the door, she still sees a couple of regulars.
Yeah.
You must think I'm an idiot.
Oh gosh, he thought he'd stop all that stuff when they got married. I guess there won't be a wedding.
Maybe turning in his grave. Honest bloody money.
They come from a long line of gangsters.
We've got a big day tomorrow.
We have?
Tomorrow, we finish the war with the ladies for once and for all.
Oh, that's gonna be messy.
10 o'clock tomorrow. Are you ready for anything?
Ugh.
What?
Yeah, so like Lee gang retaliation.
It's a wedding.
Those bloody wedding.
Now, if we told you, you wouldn't have come.
What?
There's a girl in the Lee family who's gone a bit wild.
Oh my god, seriously?
You have no bloody what?
Listen to me.
They're setting up John for an arranged marriage?
Please.
Oh my gosh. He's setting up his younger brother in this arranged marriage to stop a feud that he started.
It's the mingling of the two bloods.
Oh!
Families become the one family.
No, thank you. Can it be metaphorical? Does it have to be literal? Well, he did get a wedding after all, just not who we thought in the beginning of the episode, okay? Yeah, now hopefully this feud between the Lees is resolved because their families are now joined through marriage. Yeah, it's interesting to see them like celebrate. Usually it's been like tough times, but now they have a family celebration. Oh, I think baby's coming. Busy day for the Shelbys. Does that mean she's going to tell the police that Freddie's going to be there and they'll go arrest Freddie while the baby's being born? Oh my god. Aww. Yes, now they know where Freddie is. They're gonna arrest him. Oh my god, this episode. Oh my god. Are they gonna arrest both of them? Yeah, he got a hold of his son for like 4 seconds and then the police showed up. Oh my gosh. I had a suspicion that was gonna happen when they were at the pub. Yeah.
Remind me to open that champagne now.
Yeah, was it the barmaid that tipped him off? Was it Tommy that tipped him off? She thinks it was him, obviously.
But the police came and took his father away. Don't you dare look at me like that!
He genuinely didn't know. He's like, someone else told and it wasn't me. Okay. Yeah, it seemed like a genuine moment when he's like, Freddie should be here. Yeah, it was her. Oh man. And now he knows I didn't say anything and there's only like so many of us here. Man, what an episode. Oh my gosh, so many things happened. Ooh. So that was my first time watching Peaky Blinders season 1 episode 4. It was a big episode, a lot happened. Two of the bigger things that happened in this episode was the younger brother John got married, not to the person that he thought he would get married to. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. He ended up in an arranged marriage to one of the Lee family members. Tommy arranged this marriage with his brother without obviously telling his brother what was happening, and then set it up like, hey, we're gonna go as an act of retaliation, and then it turns out, oh, actually here's a flower for you, it's your wedding day, and it's basically like, you can't back out because we need to build this alliance and we need peace, and like guilt him into this arranged marriage. And the younger brother does want somebody who can take care of his 4 children. That's why he was looking for a wife in the first place. And then, as we saw, Tommy and that Lizzie girl had a history together, and it sounded like she was going to continue doing what she was doing as a line of work after they got married, and I don't think John was okay with that. But this arranged marriage, yeah, he obviously didn't have much time to think about how he felt about it because it was too late and the wedding was on and he was getting married. So yeah, hopefully now that bridges the alliance between the Lee family and the Shelby family, as now there's a wedding and possibly future children, who knows. It's interesting to see how Tommy is just kind of uses his family as like pawns to better the business. He's like, well, it'd be good for business if the Lee family and our family were, you know, on the same page again and we could work together. So if we have a marriage between us, that would be great. And Tommy's not willing to do that himself, obviously, so he pawns off his little brother. As we saw in the beginning of the episode, the Lee family raided the Shelby gang hangout at where they do their betting. They were able to get a legal betting license from Billy Kimber. Whether that's forged or not, I don't know, but at least it looks now like on paper that they're a legal betting operation, which seems to be the path Tommy wants to go, is to make things legal. Same with buying the pub. He's like, okay, well, we can filter money through the pub so it looks like it's real money that they would get from betting. So it's interesting to see. He's definitely, since like 3 episodes ago, he's definitely made some big plans and expansion. The other big piece of this, well, I guess 2 big pieces of this episode, is that we saw Ada had the baby. She had a baby boy, and Tommy's like, you know what, Freddie can come out of hiding, basically, like he's allowed to come to see his own son being born, and the fact that they have to get Thomas's permission for that is crazy. But as they're at the pub celebrating and explaining, hey, Freddie's gonna be there to see his kid being born, Grace overhears this and obviously relays that information back to the police, and the police show up and arrest Freddie, who's just held his newborn baby for like 10 seconds and then is taken away by the police. And considering what we saw them do to that Stanley character, they probably have ill harm meant for Freddie. It doesn't seem like they have any intention of having a proper, you know, police protocol with their person's rights being, you know, instated. It's going to be torture and all these other horrible things to Freddie until he gives up more information. And like Campbell said, yeah, it's personal against the Peaky Blinders now, and he knows that Freddie and Ada are together, and obviously now knows that they have a baby. Campbell knows that by hurting Freddie, he's not only going to be doing what he wants towards communism, but he's also hurting the Peaky Blinders and the Shelby family, so, which is, yeah, like you said, is now personal for him. So I'm very worried for Freddie's well-being. And yeah, he just had so many chances to leave town, and obviously his luck ran out, which I feel like was inevitable. He just thought he was invincible and that nothing bad would ever happen to him. Even when that Stanley guy is arrested, he's like, well, he doesn't know my address, it's cool, it's fine, like, I'm gonna stay. I think he was just greatly underestimating how badly this police officer wanted him and wanted to arrest him and hurt him. And hopefully Tommy can figure something out, and because he did promise this police officer, I'll get Freddie out of town, but obviously that didn't happen. So maybe Tommy can break him out of jail, I don't know. But yeah, even with that Stanley guy, when they tortured him to death, and then Campbell's like, oh, just throw him down the stairs, you know, all these things happen. Like, I think this episode really showed Campbell's true colors and the lengths he's willing to go to. And in my opinion, it's kind of hypocritical how he berates the Shelby gang for being ruthless and so brutal and just these horrible people and they're just criminals, and the fact that He himself is saying that he was going to go around to this family and bash in their heads and send this young boy who's 12, Finn, to prison and have horrible things happen to him. It's like, and the fact that Campbell like approved this torture and was like, you know what, don't be nice, like be extreme if you have to, like get whatever information you can out of him, and obviously got zero information out of him, and then just ended up killing the man anyway. So it's just like, what are your tactics actually getting? Like, you're not getting the results you're hoping for. And I can tell he's just getting frustrated. And even when him and Thomas are having that conversation, he's like, you better hope you turn in those guns before I'm let go, because if I'm fired, basically I will have nothing to lose and I'm just going to destroy your entire world. Grace was able to find out where they kept some contraband, but again, it was like whiskey and cigarettes, and they're obviously going for the big stuff, and they're not going to make a fuss over these things, because then Grace's cover will be blown, because they'll know, hey, we only told you and you're the only one who's not part of our family, so obviously you're a spy. And then at the end, oh man, it was just such an interesting, that look and just that pull focus between Thomas and Grace, and when the aunt comes barging in and is like, how could you do this to Freddie? Like, he just had a kid and I thought you were trying to genuinely show some compassion for a minute. And Thomas's face was like, to me it felt like he was genuinely surprised. Like, from my perception is that Tommy had no idea that this would happen with the police coming to take Freddie away, and that Grace is the one who tipped them off and sent them there. And now Thomas is smart. He's a smart criminal, but at least he's putting it together now and is kind of figuring out, okay, Grace is the only one here who's not in our family. The pub's closed, obviously. None of these guys would have done anything like this to Freddie. So, especially on the night when like his child's being born, like it seems like especially cruel to do that to him if it was the Shelby family. But yeah, I feel like it was Grace who tipped off the police, and I think Thomas is now putting those pieces together, that Grace is a spy, or obviously is telling the police things that they're talking about. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. I don't feel like he would ever confront her and straight ask her. I think he's smart for that and would probably lay a trap out for her and end up, same with he did with Lizzie, like I think he would lay a trap and see what happens and see if she responds. But yeah, we also saw Thomas and Grace kiss in this episode, after Thomas offered her a job to be like, Kimber has an accountant, so he's like, well, I want to get one of those, you could be my accountant, you know, you offer some kind of grace and, you know, class to our operation basically, so you can, you know, keep our books for us, keep our records. Obviously you're better at math than Arthur is, so you can have that role and be our accountant and bookkeeper. And I don't know how useful any of that information would be to the police, considering it's probably all doctored and probably fake information anyway. I don't know how accurate of books they would keep, because again, it would be a record of their criminal activity. And then yeah, now if he knows that she's a spy, would that position, she still be doing that? I don't know. I'm very curious to see what the next episode is going to be about. There's only a few episodes left in this season, and considering everything that happened in this episode, yeah, it's making me a little nervous. I hope Freddie will be okay. I hope they can get him out of jail and get him out of town for good, and maybe this will scare him into realizing that this is a serious situation, and especially now that he's held his new baby, that will maybe give him some perspective, and hopefully he can realize that, okay, I need to, as strong as his beliefs are, he also has to, you know, prioritize his family, and if their safety is in danger, which is clearly is. I thought maybe they were also going to arrest Ada, and they said they were going to put her on the warrant as well. So yeah, hopefully the next episode Freddie is doing okay and they can somehow rescue him and get him out and send him off to New York, and then him and Ada can be out of the picture and just live over there for a little while and not be in such danger for the time being. It'll be interesting to see how this new marriage between John and his new bride, one of the Lee family members, goes. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they'll fall in love over time, considering this was the first day they've met. But it sounded like John was basically just wanted someone to take care of his kids. So maybe as long as she's a good mom, that's his main concern. But it sounds more like it's a business proposition, obviously, than an actual like true love marriage. And it'll be interesting to see if they ever break up, if they get divorced. I don't imagine divorce was very common in 1919. But yeah, and just how that plays out if Tommy's like, you can't ever get divorced and he just forces his brother to stay in this marriage till the day he dies, basically, because it's good for business. And again, Tommy's putting the business above his family or whatever his family wants. And to see what Tommy does with the information, or at least the suspicion now that Grace is a spy. And I feel like he was just starting to get feelings for her as he kissed her and is trying to include her more and stuff. And he's like, you know what I do is illegal, but you seem okay with it. And yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I feel like it'll be a slow progression. I can't see him just going up to her and being like, so you're a spy, right? Lots of pieces of the puzzle like moving at the same time, and yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. It's making me very nervous for some characters and what's going to happen to them. Overall, I thought it was a great episode, probably my favorite of the season so far, just because so much happened. And I felt like this episode really highlighted Campbell's character, as we saw how ruthless he can be and how he just will do anything to accomplish his goal, basically. And I feel like him and Tommy are similar in that way. I wasn't expecting Campbell to be so brutal. I thought he was a kind of by-the-book police officer, but clearly he took that bribe from Tommy. He's torturing people. He's doing whatever he needs to do, basically, to keep his job, and doesn't really care if he hurts people and what the result is, as long as it means a good outcome for him. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Why is he hiding in the cupboard? Oh, that was the guy with the ear. Was it the barmaid that tipped him off? He got a hold of his son for like 4 seconds and then the police showed up. He set up his younger brother in arranged marriage because it's good for business. Part of their employment contract. 1 smooch a day at least. As he's hoping for like one last